Hello po sa inyong lahat mga kabiyahe, Speed Chess Championship pa rin po tayo at ito pong laro na ating mapapanood. Ito po yung pinaka-exciting na laban na nangyari sa kasalukuyang Speed Chess Championship 2022 ng chess.com. Tingnan nyo po yung scoring. Ayan, so sa tatlong time control po, pag inad mo yung score nila, tabla po ang naging laban. Ayan. So, ang total score po 12.5, 12.5 pantay. Ngayon, ano ang mangyayari pag pantay yung score? Ayan po ang mangyayari kapag pantay ang score. So, magkakaroon po sila ng tiebreak na bullet mini-match. 4 games po ito na unahang maka 2.5. Kalain mo ang magdi-decide ng bakbakan. 4 na laro na bullet game. At ang nangyari na nga po sa bullet game, sobrang exciting. Kaya ang gagawin natin, panoorin po natin yung lahat ng laro. Hindi na po ako magsasalita dyan. Gagamitin po natin yung original na audio ng mga grandmaster na nag-analyze during the game. Ayan. So ano pang hinihintay natin? Panoorin na po natin to.
That little mouse, 'cause I'm an albatross.
Go. LABAN has to try to strike early. I think LABAN has to try to win this first game. The first to 2.5 wins. Seatbelts fastened. Here we go.
Here we go indeed. Instead of these G3 lines, Dmitry striking in the center and plays A3. So again, a quiet approach. LABAN develops. And Deniel, it seems like stable chess, but A5, we saw this earlier in the match.
Yeah, and I have been highly critical of Dmitry's opening choices throughout this match. And I'm going to criticize him again. I don't know about B6, though, by LABAN. I mean, that creates a big hole on C6. And now I think Dmitry's solidly better. I thought C5 was kind of a no-brainer there.
Yeah, that's what LABAN did in the earlier game, but still his bishop on d6 positioned, aiming towards the white king side. Look at white go, trying to play bishop a3. If that bishop on d6 is removed, c7 becomes a target. So I do like Dmitry's position. He is better, and I think it's a kind of 2-result position.
Yeah, and this is exactly what he wants in a bullet game. He can rattle off a ton of moves really fast. Bishop a3, so common in this position to get rid of LABAN's good bishop. Very bad start for LABAN. That move b6, Robert, he's going to regret that. Maybe try to go c6 here, change the nature of the position, get yourself a pawn majority, at least some activity here.
He does that. He goes c5 instead. So en passant would lead to the same position as c6. And we see a4 is a bit of a target. b6 is a backwards pawn. But most importantly, there's supposed to be a 2-on-1 majority for black, but the pawn on b6 stuck in its tracks.
Yep, and Dmitry building up a nice time advantage here. Maybe bishop b5, forcing the bishops off the board and hitting the pawn on d5 after rook takes b5 makes sense. He plays it slowly, though.
Yes, and bishop b5, rook c8 was still going to be the move, trying to trade on your own terms. d5, a long-term weakness. The white king, you go king h2, king g3, king f4, and so on, if you want to venture towards the center.
And he goes bishop a6, very smart move, trying to induce rook c7 so that he could put a rook on c1 with a pin.
And now knight f6, there's rook a to b3, doubling up on that pawn there. So it goes rook c1 check first, then knight f6, but rook a to b3, I think that just wins a pawn.
Yeah, it does. And this is big trouble for LABAN. He's got to try to generate activity on the king side, and he does with knight e4, but he blunders d5. Oh, it's a big pawn to lose, Robert.
It certainly is, because now white is a healthy pass pawn. b6 is still terrible. Rook b2 looks reasonable. Maybe there's rook f1 for black there.
And Dmitry might also be fearing knight c3, although he's got rook takes a5. You're absolutely right, though. Rook f1 picks up the pawn.
I think that LABAN definitely has changed, especially because Dmitry now 10 seconds. He takes on a5. I think
good move.
Oh, knight f2.
I don't know about that. a5 comes in, and black's pieces are stuck on the king side, stuck in mud. Oh, a6, a6.
You got to bring the second rook into the attack. Knight e3 and rook b7. A1 is coming.
I would go rook b7. At least start with that.
Okay. Rook e6. A7? Do not trade rooks, of course. Then rook a1.
Oh, he's
knight f1 check. Knight f1.
Oh, it's a draw.
Yes, it's a draw.
And king f2, knight h1 is mate.
Yeah, that's incredible checkmate.
What the heck just happened? Dmitry allows a draw.
And LABAN Aronian showing off the tactical wizardry. And Dmitry is going to be beside himself not winning that game. Oh my gosh. But it's still a tied match.
Another blown opportunity for Dmitry. And again, he repeats. Oh no, finally he deviates with knight f6. This is something he should have done at the start of the bullet match.
He certainly should have, but I think that LABAN Aronian, he's going for the Alpen. It's been tried and true throughout the match, and it's a different position. He still likes the dynamics. He believes in his favor.
Yep, and this is going to lead to potentially a queen trade. Of course, black can deviate with queen c7 here, but Dmitry doesn't want to. He's fine with the endgame. Black is slightly worse, though. He's cramped. That pawn on e5 very well placed here. That's what I like about the Alpen.
Yes, because normally the pawn e5 is a bad pawn if that bishop on c8 were on a square like h5. Good luck getting your bishop out of there. So knight e4 first. The bishop on c1 hasn't determined where he wants to go. Maybe he wants to go to g5 to trade off the dark square bishops. That's not, with outside the realm of possibility. So bishop c2 first, maybe bishop g5 next, and let's go. Give me the dark squares.
Yeah, he throws the other knight onto d5, does Dmitry on Drake, and there it is, bishop g5. Good positional awareness with little time on the clock for LABAN Aronian. And he's going to circle it back to d6.
That was a big problem for black. I think maybe the evaluation bar says it's okay. It just feels like a struggle. Bishop c6 is what you want for black, then knight to d4. Get rid of that bishop.
And there's a3, b4 trapping the knight on a5 because the only retreating square is c6. c4 is covered by the white knight. And LABAN prepares it.
I forgot about that. And so the b4 kicks the knight right back to c6, but gains some space. The one thing you need to avoid if you're LABAN is some tricks with knight c6 takes e5. With the bishop on d7 and not going anywhere, you don't have to worry about that for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, rook ac1, preparing, I think, the move bishop to b3, targeting the knight on d5, so Dmitry reinforces it. I like the way Dmitry's defending here and keeping pace on the clock.
No, he's doing a great job. The problem is he's passive. He has no active plan. He goes knight f4. As long as you don't fall for knight e2 check. That's the one thing to avoid. But rook c7 takes care of it.
LABAN taking his time, down 10 seconds on the clock. Rook to d2, a little bit too passive. And now Dmitry's over the hump.
He certainly is. The knight f3 can't even move.
Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. This is getting nasty for white.
Knight g6. E5 is in trouble.
Hello.
Bishop
okay, LABAN.
Bishop 3, rook f3 still keeps white happy.
Maybe a move like rook d7 to go rook c7. If you can get something to the c file, you'll make white pay for abandoning the queen side.
And g3 is met by knight h3 check. A very important move for black there. And it's going to happen. Knight h3.
And king f1. Don't go up to g2 and walk into the pin.
Goes king f1. He takes
and there goes the pawn.
E5 right away.
That's the huge pawn, Robert. You can't afford to lose it. Rook e6.
Oh! That was a sick tactic. Oh my
God, he won the pawn. But it's still, he's not out of the woods. Look at the knight.
Is there like a... F4.
Now he can take on e6? No, he can just take the rook.
Wait, what's happening here? Knight f7, rook d2?
Knight h2 is mate.
Oh my goodness.
LABAN is losing.
Rook f2 mate. It's mate.
Oh my lands. And now LABAN has to win with black. If Andrakin wins, he wins the match. With a draw, they go to game 4.
Right. So that's good news for LABAN. He doesn't actually need to win this specific game, and he goes towards a... What's it going to be? Nope.
King's Indian.
King's Indian. Your style.
I don't know, though. And here's the thing, Robert. We always say this. Andrakin should play for a win. He's really good at this line. I've lost a ton of games to him in this exact line of the King's Indian.
Whoa. What is knight b4?
It's an interesting way to mix things up and get time off of Dmitry's clock.
I love it because instead of just being worse and passive, he's saying, let's just create some threats. If pawn tension in the center, ed5 at any moment, like right now, looks pretty good. And then knight c5, if you take on c5, black gets the 2 bishops and a good bishop on g7. I think LABAN is doing everything he can in this game, although Andrakin remains solid.
But look at the clock. He's up 20 seconds. This is exactly what we saw in that clutch game LABAN won. He takes on c5. Oh, but Dmitry is going to lose a pawn in the center. He's losing his mind here.
Wow.
What is Dmitry doing?
Well, he just happened to LABAN.
C6?
Now he returns the favor. C6. Don't give any piece to d5 square. And e5 is dropping once you get out of the pin.
We might get to a critical game 4 here.
Unreal.
This is insane. And Dmitry down 30 seconds.
What I was about to say. Look at the clock mentioned by LABAN here.
No, it's incredible. How does he do this? And he's continuing to make good moves.
What a good move. Retreats are hard to make, especially in bullet. But now e5 is under attack. The queen on d8 is defended. And now Dmitry down 30-plus seconds and a pawn.
Total collapse in the opening here. And he's going to be down another one. I don't see a reason not to grab it.
Take them all.
Or maybe another one.
He could have, but he has... That's enough.
Yeah, that's enough for now. Let's deploy the bishop back to its fianchettoed square.
Queen c7.
Completely winning position. Completely winning.
Yes. Just don't blunder some kind of attack. Queen f3. And okay, but this is just as desperate as it gets.
And now you couldn't even play f5 because the knight on g3 was hanging.
But now White's ready to play f5. So that's why Levon is spending some time. Good thing he's up 20 seconds.
Plenty of time. No need to panic. No need to do anything drastic if you're Levon. Just get your pieces out. You can't
Rookie
take
3.
c5 even because of... Oh, yeah, Rookie 3 was great.
Yeah, no, but you're right. Couldn't take on c5 because bishop d4 check. And bishop d4 at some point. This is just completely losing for Andrakin and no hope
Bishop
whatsoever.
d4, Rookie 3. Bishop d4, Rookie 3 ends it.
He said goes queen d6. Rookie 3 was still available as well.
Levon's got all the pawns and all the hope.
He does indeed, and he's up 20 seconds still after all that.
The only thing that can save Dmitry is a mouse slip here. Maybe I shouldn't bring it up.
I do feel like Levon is keeping him in the game. A queen d4 check is huge, and take on c4 with the pawn and f4. Is queen g6 even a threat? Like, how bad of a threat is that?
Not a threat.
And rook
Goodbye.
f8.
Here we go. Oh, he blundered f5.
Wait, queen d5 check. I think queen d5 is still good for black.
Oh my god, it's still winning. Oh my god, it blundered a full rook and it was still winning.
That's how winning his position was to begin with.
And now he's just going to promote his pawns, isn't he? Unless he blunders his bishop. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. Get me out of here. How many pawns
does he have?
Fabby's in the chat. Be still my beating heart.
Yeah. Well, c3, too many pawns here.
c2.
C2.
Oh, or d2.
And then c2.
He made the most long-winded possible win. Like, Levon gave up all possible material. Okay, Dmitry.
And he wins the game in the end with the lone H-pawn. Fabi, you didn't jinx it. Always good to see you here. He's checking out the rest of the competition. Dmitry Andrakin is going to lose this one. The match is going to be tight. But look at Dmitry. He didn't resign right away. He knows that he's feeling a little bit on edge. And now this is the final game of the match. If it's drawn, we get Armageddon.
It's not going to be drawn. No draw. Let's see a decisive game here. And we're going to see a decisive game. We have
another Alapin, of course.
And Dmitry, I don't like this. I just don't like this. It's the onus is on him to prove that this is going to serve him well in this most decisive game of the match.
Yeah, this is just another situation. Isolated queen pawn for Dmitry. He hasn't had time to look at it. He plays bishop g4. Do you really want to take on f3? The answer is not really. So simple trades from Levon. He is just better without risk.
No, and Maxime wants Armageddon. Dmitry, guess what? 10-second think. As a direct consequence of the fact that he has this d5 pawn he has to babysit for the entire game. And he's abandoned it to the wolves.
But Levon keeps doing the same thing. He trades bishops, plays bishop
he doesn't take it.
He can take it, but I feel like he's been playing around it versus capturing it and just leaves Dmitry. As soon as I say
now he takes it. And he says that he wants queen c5, forcing the queen trade and getting a risk-free endgame, Robert. The ideal scenario in a game like this.
Fantastic play
queen f5
from right now.
I would take that one.
Gosh.
Uh-oh.
That's bad news for Dmitry, because now it's a clean extra pawn for white.
Yep, and now just move the bishop cleanly away, but don't give up the pawn on b3. How do you do that, though?
I would play go c4. I don't love that but the bishop on b5 just feels awkward right now.
Queen to c5, offering another queen trade. You can't let that knight jump into c5. This is bad for Dima. Queen b6.
Really, but knight d4 though. But queen b6, we're gonna get some trades. Black will have the activity
for the cost of a draw here.
It seems not completely unlikely, does it?
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Wow.
Okay. Now Aronian down to 24 seconds.
And the rooks are double in the d file, so the only fully open file. Well, I guess the e-file is open, but there's a bishop on e6, is black's for the taking.
And is there a case to be made for rushing this a-pawn up the board? The problem is that there's always this shadow of the rooks doubling on the second rank, which they're going to do. But the rook from f3, yeah?
Do you remember that earlier game when Levon was up a pawn, was much better, and then Dmitry got his rooks on the second rank like this? This
how
feels
could I ever
similar.
Forget? Takes an h5.
Really similar. G4, G3.
This gets dangerous. 15 seconds for Lev.
Oh, what a move, though. Bishop a4, giving his rook to g5 square.
And now the pawn is going to get to g3, and there is rook g5, as you said.
Yes.
And he plays it immediately.
I think I would have left it on the table, just hoping that Dmitry played g3 without seeing rook g5.
Uh-oh. Wait, is there rook d1 and h4? Is there rook d1 and h4?
Gosh. And you're trying to create a look at Levon. Levon grabbed his head. He sees it now. And it's a little bit too late.
He might have to sack on g4.
2 seconds. He's 2 seconds. He sacks on G4.
No, but now Bishop
time.
G4 and Rook F2 and Black should be winning.
Oh, but okay. He goes
Wait,
51 check. What's he doing? He let the king out.
He played Rook F2.
Oh my gosh! And Dmitry is beside himself.
Oh my God, he blundered. And now he's up a million pawns. But Robert,
LABAN down to 2 seconds.
Yeah, look at that clock. That is Dimitri's only hope right now is that he flags.
Yes, and he's trying to bring a rook to G1, but he can't attack G2 a second time.
And here come the other pawns. LABAN's dropping a bunch of pawns. What is he doing?
He's giving all the pawns away.
Why did he do that? And he's giving another one away.
No way. There's rook E5 and it attacks B5 as well. It's big move there.
Still winning. It's still basically winning. He's giving another one away.
How many pawns can he possibly give up without giving away the advantage?
Why did he do that? King G2.
Oh, rook H5. Rook H5. It's game over.
It's winning. Oh my God.
Yes, it is.
He's going to make a queen.
Oh my gosh, and Dmitry barely's getting the moves off in time.
Move to G2. Where is he going?
Just run away.
Oh, it's almost made.
F6 is almost made.
What?
Back.
What?
The pawn stopped.
Oh, but he gives up B5. No, rook B7.
Oh, rook B7. That's huge.
And H7. And Robert, bishop H5 at the end. Just go H7.
Oh, wait, no. Rook H1, bishop H5. Good point. But then bishop H7, F5?
He's going to flag.
He loses on time.
Oh!
He lost the time. He's beside himself. He's so upset. And that's the match. LABAN Aronian takes that drink of whatever he's been drinking, but it's led him to success in the blood. And he gives away a little bit of a smile there.
Oh my God. I have not breathed in the last 5 minutes. This entire overtime.
Oh, man. Neither player can believe it. Look at Dmitry. I mean, he just gave away his spot in the next round of the Speeches Championship.
Robert,
and you've got to feel for him. This position is actually still a hold.
But all he had to do was take LABAN's rook.
Grabe po katindi yung naging laban na yun. Akalain nyo, umabot hanggang kaduluduluhan at grabe. At dahil doon, pasok sa top 8. Ito pong si LABAN Aronian. Ayan, tingnan po ulit natin yung bracketing. Ayun. So, ibig sabihin, si Aronian, maghihintay po siya kung sino mananalo between Nakamura and Parabian para maglalaban sa quarterfinals. Again, si Wesley po. Kalaban niya po si Abdusatorov. Pag nanalo po siya kay Abdusatorov, makakalaban niya po si MBL na tinalo si Nepomniachtchi. Grabe. Matindi po ang Speeches Championship, no? Dahil sa hikli po ng oras dito, nakakakaba yung mga game. Pero very exciting. Nakakatuwang manood no? Kahit ikaw nanonood lang, mapapasigaw ka talaga sa mga nangyayari. Anyway, muli ito po yung Coach Pinoy Master Deniel Causo. Salamat po sa inyong panonood. Hanggang sa muli po natin pagkikita. God bless po sa inyong lahat. Bye-bye po.
That little mouse, 'cause I'm an albatross.